Hi, I'm Diane. I'm from Grimsby, and I solved the problem of sloping ceiling storage.
That looks good. That looks really good.
If you've got a slanted wall,
That looks perfect. You could put, like, my clothes on the right and Deborah's clothes on the left.
Her product might be a neat fit for dragons of every size, but Diane's got more on her mind than wardrobe management.
I am really nervous, but my family are well behind me. Sorry. Did lose my mum just before it all started, and my dad 18 months ago. But I know they're still watching, and I know they're very proud. Hello, Dragons. My name is Diane, and I am the creator of Zebedee Any Angle. I have a loft bedroom which isn't very wide and has 4 sloping ceilings, and a few years ago I decided that if I could hang clothes rails to the under eaves area of the bedroom, then I could use that end of the room as a walk-in wardrobe and have the rest of the room just for my bed. But the only problem was I couldn't find any sloping clothes rails anywhere, so I set about designing my own. After a few versions, I hit upon the idea of using a spring rounder rod. I drew what I wanted and took it to a local engineer's to be made. When fitted, the results were amazing. They allowed me to hang all my maxi dresses and tall things at one end and small things like T-shirts at the other end. They were strong and durable and could cope with all my clothes, which, believe me, took some doing. Now, a few years on, we've sold 15,000 units to date, with a turnover of 860,000, 43 net. That's mainly to the UK via our website and Amazon. And we have recently rolled out Amazon Europe 6 countries and hope to do the same for America in the next year. I'm looking today for a dragon to help Zebedee take it to the next level with an investment of 75,000 for 10%. Thank you.
Clothes rails designed specifically for sloping ceilings are the brainchild of Diane Challender.
Always get muddled up coat hangers, don't they?
Yeah, they do, don't they? The little monsters.
That's the point of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Diane is seeking £75,000 in return for a 10% share in her business.
Do you hang it on the...
You hang it on the coil.
Coil.
Like that, yes.
He may be more used to selling clothes than hanging them, but Tuka Suleiman is always on the lookout for a fresh opportunity.
Diane, so how do you sell this? Do you sell it by the metre?
No, there's 5 set sizes, from 500ml up to 900ml.
So give us an idea of cost and sales, for instance.
OK. Well, our most popular one is the 900ml original.
What does that cost you?
The retail is $89.99 and
Yeah.
the cost price is £18.
Right. And where are they made?
Most of the parts are actually currently made by a local engineering company to me, and then they're brought to our workshop where we assemble them and send them.
Wow. I must say, having a quick look, beautifully made.
Thank you.
Good quality. Just give me a little bit of rundown on the numbers. Because you said 860,000. Is that for 1 year or over a period?
We set up in 2017.
Right. So give us some numbers for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, OK. 4th year, 168 turnover, 100 gross, 8 net. 5th year, 241 turnover, 150 gross, 2.9 net. And the 6th year was 196 turnover, 132 gross and 1.7 net.
OK.
Diane,
Yes.
so you seem to have quite big overheads between your gross margin and your net margin. So what are you spending money on?
Well, our actual biggest expense has been advertising more than anything. And some of it is also down to, we've got a big workshop now, which isn't at capacity. And because we produce in this country, we haven't got the volume or the cost of sales margin to sort of like take it to the big retailers. And we've started getting quotes for procurement from other parts of the world and things to try and get our cost of sales down, but that would mean buying in bulk. So there's that side.
Would that mean closing the workshop as well?
No, because we would hope using that for the bespoke colours.
So just to put the commercial case to you, so you're saying that at the moment you've got high overheads for the workshop. What proportion of your sales come from the colours?
Probably about 20%.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think if you did away with the colours and just went to 5 standard SKUs
Yeah.
and had them in stock and had them manufactured elsewhere, you could save the overhead cost of the workshop?
Yeah.
Would that be a good way forward?
Yeah, we could. We could
Yeah.
do, yes.
And then my other question is, why Zebedee?
It's from the Magic Roundabout originally. You're too young, I'm afraid. But it was the character with a spring leg.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but that's a terrible brand name for the business.
Most people like it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
It's a memorable name, but when it's so difficult to get the spelling accurately right, and it doesn't really explain what it does, without you explaining the story to me.
Yeah.
You're too young, Sarah.
I'm too young.
Did you know who Zebedee was?
No comment.
We generally refer to it as Zebedee Any Angle. I know it's a little bit long-winded, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Diane, I'm going to say where I am. At the moment, your business is netting you 5%. You need to find a way of getting that up.
Yes.
I know that sounds blinking obvious.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're doing all of this work and you must get to the end. I bet you are working your socks off and I bet you get to the end of the year and think, really? So it's not an investment for me, but it is a very lovely thing you've done here. And I suspect you're going to find its route to success. So I wish you all the best, but I won't be investing, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm out.
Diane, when you walked in, I looked at the product and I started to think about all the spaces in my house that could now be useful. And I think that's exactly the aha moment of your product and why you do have a business here. But I don't think there's enough space in the business for an investor to make a return. So I'm going to say that I'm out.
Diane, it looks like you saw a problem, you went about it to solve it,
Yeah.
and this is the end product. Congratulations. I mean, it's beautiful,
Thank you.
but you've walked in here asking for £75,000, but what you haven't pitched is why a dragon should invest. What you should be saying, guys, I've taken it so far, and I think the potential is X. I need the money for Y to bring it to that destination. And you have not done that. So for that reason, I'm out.
Diane, look, I do think, you know, it's a great product. And to Tuka's point, you've made it so beautifully. However, whilst I'd buy the product, for sure, I'm not sure that you could scale this, especially with the margin constraints that you've got on this type of product. And I just don't see the bigger opportunity here, so sadly I'm going to say that I'm out.
Diane, it's pretty stressful in the den, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've done really well to hold up to all the questioning. I agree with what everybody said. You've come up with a brilliant product, absolutely brilliant product. But I also agree with what I've heard in that the business currently as it stands, there just isn't room for an investor. Now, I think there could be room for an investor if you were to, I think, close the workshop, move the manufacturing elsewhere, use a third-party supplier, and basically become a sales and marketing business for the product. So I'm going to pose a question to you.
Okay.
Do you want to continue as you are, or are you willing to embrace a completely different way of doing things, restructure and rebrand the business, and look to see if we can take it to another level?
I am quite happy to do what it takes, restructuring, rebranding. You know I've made some mistakes with how I've done things, so I'm quite happy to take on board anything that's necessary to make it work.
Okay, on that basis, then, I'm willing to make you an offer. So I will offer you all of the money, But from the work I see that's going to be involved to get this business to something that can make money for both of us longer term, I would be looking to take 40% of the business.
Okay.
Vampire.
I heard that.
Yeah. I think I'll go talk to the walk and have a think.
You can just go
Thank you
straight
very
out of the
much.
lift if you want.
An offer for Diane, but it comes at a cost, with Sarah Davies demanding 4 times the equity she wanted to give away.
Go straight out there.
Crikey. Would you do 30?
There's a lot of work involved. A lot of work involved. What I would do, I think it's feasible that within 18 months, if this is successful, we could pay me back the 75. Once we get to that position, I'd be happy for me to own 30 and you to own 70.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
You happy?
Let's do that, yeah.
Excellent!
Yeah.
We've got a deal! Well done!
Thank you very much.
Oh, hey, well done.
Well done, Diane. Well
Thank you
done.
very much.
Well done,
Cheers.
Diane.
Bye.
Delight for Diane, who leaves the den with £75,000 and the backing of a dragon well used to turning promise into profits.
I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm really excited though. I'm sure with Sarah on board it will spring into the future and be positive.
That's great. She needs you.
She does?
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, that was the idea. I was operating the Peter Jones strategy. Feign disinterest until everyone's gone out, and then you've got no one to compete against.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I've got competition now. This is worrying.